Hello and welcome to Calabama Cooking with Chef Lorious. As you can tell, it's Christmas time, and today we are making eggnog scones. I love scones any time of year, but it's really fun at Christmas time when you can use the flavors of eggnog and different things to mix up your favorite dishes. So I hope you'll stick around today. If you're already a subscriber, I'm glad to see you. If you're not, what you waiting on? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Everybody make sure you hit the bell so you're notified every time there's a new video. All right guys, let's make some eggnog scones. First we're gonna start with 3 cups of flour. And I just do the little quick scoop method. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 cups of flour. And 2/3 cup of sugar. 1/3 and 2/3. Okay. Then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of baking powder because we want these to have a little bit of rise to them. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt because we're going to be using unsalted butter. So if you end up using salted butter, then you can just use a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, but since I'm using unsalted butter, I'm gonna have to use 1/2. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is whisk these dry ingredients together so everybody is in there together, incorporated. All right, guys. Now we're going to add 2 sticks of butter. Now I like to shred my butter like this. Okay, gonna put those in there. Okay. And then we're gonna mix this around so this gets all, yes, see there? See, that's a lot easier than trying to use a pastry cutter, but a pastry cutter works too. But you just wanna get this all incorporated so you've got the butter mixed in really well with the dry ingredients and it looks a little crummy, a little tacky. See that? That's what you want. Now that our butter's in there, I'm going to go ahead and just put on one of my gloves and just smash it up to make sure everything's incorporated. See? You want to get that butter mixed in with the flour really nicely. And your hands are the best kitchen tool around. We've got 1 cup of eggnog here, and to that I'm going to add 1 egg. Okay? The reason I'm putting the egg in the eggnog is because I want to make sure that it gets completely incorporated in the whole dish. So I just put it in with the liquid, mix it up, and now I'm going to pour this liquid in here. Okay. Get back to my handy spoon and stir it up. This is a perfect Christmas breakfast or Christmas season breakfast or lunch or snack. There we go. See how that looks? Everything's all incorporated. Now let's get ready to roll this out so we can get our scones in the oven. Okay, so here we have our pastry mat. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour so nothing sticks. Okay, and then we're just gonna start by dumping our dough right here. There we go, that looks good. So you want to feel that moisture in there because that's how you know they're not going to be dry scones, okay? If a little bit sticks on your gloves or your hands, that's okay. That's why you have the flour here, okay? And then we're just going to bring this together. See? Just like that. Now I'm not really kneading it, I'm bringing it together. There's a difference, okay? And I'm just keeping flour on my hands so they don't dry out, so they don't stick to everything. And then just turn it over. See, it's a very moist dough when you're making scones, but that's good. That's how scones are, that's how they're not dry. You don't want them to be dry. Okay? See how I'm doing that? Just bringing it together. A little light knead, I guess. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna roll them out. Okay, and put a little more flour down here. Some good sticky dough. Okay. Now that we've rolled our dough out to about 1/2 inch, we're going to go ahead and cut them up. So I'm using just a biscuit cutter here. I'm going to put a little flour around it so it doesn't stick. And we're just going to go down and up. See? We're going to put these in the oven 350 degrees and bake them for about 15-18 minutes or so, depending on your oven. Okay, while our scones are in the oven, we're gonna make our glaze. We're gonna start with a cup of powdered sugar. We'll probably use more, but we're just gonna start there, okay? And to that, we're going to add just about a tablespoon of this eggnog. Just a little bit, just enough to get it nice and get it going. And you'll add as you go, okay? See, this comes together very quickly. Just gonna keep adding a little eggnog to this until we get it to the consistency we want. I like using the whisk because that's when I can tell when it's thin enough, when it's no longer sticking, see? And you're just gonna mix this up a little bit more. And we're going to add to this some vanilla, just about a teaspoon. And we're going to add some cinnamon, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. And here are our first batch of scones out of the oven. I'm going to take some of this glaze that we've made here and just glaze each of these. Hoping you can see that. Just gonna glaze each one. Oh, this smells delicious. You know, even if you're not much of an eggnog fan, this might make you change your mind. At least for this one dish. Well guys, I have finished putting the glaze or the icing on our eggnog scones. Look at how delicious that looks. I cannot wait to taste it. Now, honestly, I want to eat this with my hands, but I'm aware that I'm on camera, so I'm gonna act like I have a little more couth. Oh, this is perfect. You taste the eggnog and the cinnamon. I can't wait to have this with a cup of coffee at night, a cup of tea, well, with coffee in the morning, tea at night, and some other reason I'll come up with to have it in the middle of the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. There's already time. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Happy cooking.